Hey there, Tricia Turner here with the Tricia Turner Property Group with eXp Realty, and wanted to go ahead and get a mid-May market update out for you. If you've been paying attention to our YouTube channel and been paying attention to our emails that we send out, we do try to keep you up to date on the local market here in Houston, Texas. I believe it's super important that you always know the value of your asset and you can kind of future plan on, is it a good time to buy, sell, or invest? So want to go ahead and go over a couple of things with you. If you've been watching our previous episodes and our previous emails, you know that I had mentioned several times about certain reports that were coming out May 10th and certain projections that were hoping to hear on May 10th and what that could do to interest rates or not do to interest rates. And so those reports that come out, that did come out, they were favorable. Apparently they weren't as great as everyone hoped, but they were favorable for our economy. Of course, we're talking about job losses, inflation, all of that, consumer pricing index, consumer spending index, all of those things matter when you're looking at what does that mean for our economy. In general, as a whole, the real estate sales transaction count is down, and that's pretty much on a national level. Some areas and some states and cities are getting hit much harder. And of course, here in Houston, we've been able to maintain a pretty solid real estate market throughout all this turmoil and volatility. And we've continued, of course, having home sales, but we are down as far as transaction count goes. That's just the facts. And the reason for that downtime is because of interest rates. Really, when you look at it, like what has happened to interest rates in the last 12 months? Well, 12 months ago, in last May, you were somewhere in the threes, and then it went into the fours. And then pretty much in June, things changed dramatically, and they continue to change throughout the year. And this year, 2023, so far has been super much like a roller coaster. And so if you're on the fence because you're thinking about selling, but you're sitting on a 3.5% interest rate or, 2.8 interest rate or something like that, you're like, well, I'm not about to go pay 6.5. I can get it. Like, definitely the numbers just don't seem to make sense. So what I'm here to tell you is there's good news on the horizon. Today, May 16th, you're looking at a national average rate of about 6.6%. Is that crazy high? It's not crazy high. If you've been in the world for the last 20 years or so, in 2004, 5, 6, 7, we were doing loans back then for anywhere from 6.25, which was a good rate then, to 9%. So then 6.25, 6.5, that was a great rate. 7 was about the norm. So if you're looking at a 6.6 rate today and you're thinking that's crazy, what are we doing? We've been here before, and this too shall pass. The people that I pay attention to and the people that I collaborate with, we do believe that we're going to see rates come down. Will they come down tomorrow? No. Will they likely come down at the end of May? Probably not. The Feds have announced that they may do one more rate increase in June. I personally, and I'm just putting this out there, this is my opinion, I do not believe that they will. I do believe that they will not do any price decreases before then. They got to save face, right? We got to look like we know what we're talking about, and the economy's fine and we're not in any problems. And they lie, the economy's not fine and we do have problems. And how do you solve some of those problems? Well, you got to make it more affordable for people, period. People are still losing their jobs and people aren't making more money. People's sales are down. If they're an entrepreneur, a lot of people's sales are down, not just in real estate. So we got to fix this, right? And they're going to. I believe that you're going to see lower interest rates, likely, maybe even as early as end of June. I do believe for sure in July we're going to see that, and in August. And I think as we continue to move forward, will we go down into the fours? I don't think so. Would we see 5? I could see us seeing 5% all day long. What does that mean for us in the real estate world? This is great things. We can see light at the end of the tunnel. If you're a homeowner and you're like, gosh, I really don't want to be in this big old house paying these high electric bills. There's only me and one other person living here, or I'm by myself now. I want to make a change. You should be getting your house ready to get on the market right now, because here's what's going to happen. I believe you're going to get caught with your pants down if you're not ready, because as interest rates continue to go down, once they begin, the buyers that are on the fence and have been on the fence now for pretty much like 9 months going, I'm not going to pay 7%. I'm not going to pay 6.5. When that rate gets under 6%, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to buy a home. They're going to be like, I'm not missing my opportunity again, because guess what? Interest rates can go up and down just like the stock market without rhyme or reason or any kind of notice whatsoever. So if you're thinking about selling, I do believe you should have your home ready. With us, we are very methodical in how we list homes. If you're going to list your home with us, you may not get them on the market for 2 or 3 weeks. We got to be ready. We got to be stage ready for that performance. And so it's critical more than ever now that we get inventory on the market and we price it right and we do what's right for the consumer and for the homeowner. So good news for you if you're a home buyer or a future home buyer. Be out there looking right now, because here's how it goes. Like if I'm thinking about buying a home, it may be 60, 70, 80 days before I actually get to the closing table if I start today. Because number one, I got to go find a house. Number two, I got to then make an offer on that house. I got to negotiate that house. Once my offer gets accepted and negotiations are done, I got to do inspections. I got to get my financing done. I got to get my loan fully approved. I got to get the house appraised. All of those steps take time. And then we go to the closing table. And that may take 60 days from start to finish on a good day. There may be hiccups along the way where it takes even a little bit longer. So timing is everything. Today's May 16th. 60 days from now, you're talking mid-July. Where do I think interest rates will be? I think they're going to be lower. So the time is now, because when buyer activity picks up, what's going to happen to pricing? Likely sellers aren't going to be willing to negotiate much. Likely you could look at list price, full price, maybe even overpriced offers coming in, potentially bidding wars again. So if I'm a buyer, I want to get on out there and start looking now while there's fewer buyers looking and I have a better opportunity to make a deal with sellers. So good news for home sellers, good news for home buyers. You guys get out there and make a move. Like we're looking at some really good times coming ahead. Yeah, where there's going to be hardships, but there's hardships in all things. And there's also silver linings in all things. I'm Tricia Turner. If you'd like to know what your home is worth, you can definitely book a call at calltriciaturner.com. You can also go to our website, triciaturnerpropertiesgroup.com. Go to our YouTube channel too to follow up on all of our previous market updates. And you can always reach out to the office directly at 832-334-2671. Pay attention to who you're paying attention to and have a great day.